In my last Filofax Friday video, I said in the next video I would share my current planner collection. I also said it was scary, and this is scary. So these are basically my current collection of A5 or large size Filofaxes or planners. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm not going to open them and go over all the contents and rah rah rah. I'm just going to go through, show you them and show you the highlights. So let me just move some of them out of the way. Or move them out of the way. I'm going to stack them in different piles. So, let's move them out of the way up there. I've actually recorded some of this once already, but the sun, I'm in the conservatory, and I was sitting the other side of the table, and the sunlight was just so bright I couldn't see the screen. I don't know what you could see, so I'm round this side where it's more of a overhead light from the sun. And it's something like the 16th or 17th of February, and it is boiling in this conservatory. Right, anyway, you don't want to hear about the heat, you want to hear about my planners. Basically, I've been using planners for a long time. If you watched my 20 years of planner video, you'll know that. And up until November last year, I'd been using the same quite boring planners. I'd never really heard of kikki-k, blah blah blah. But in November I joined a planner group on Facebook, and that was my downfall, because basically from that point forward I saw pretty planners and all that kind of stuff. So in January this year, kikki-k had a sale, and it was mentioned on the Facebook group, and everyone was buying planners, and I went and had a look because like you have to, and I saw this, and my friend is a big kikki-k fan, and she basically said to me, you know, they're really good, you'll really like them, they're leather, they're quality. So I bought this half price in the sale, and it is gorgeous. It's the kikki-k teal. It's leather interior and leather exterior, or split leather I think it is. And I haven't used it yet. I bought it with absolutely no idea what I'd actually use it for. I just bought it because it was gorgeous. And you know, that was pretty much the start of my downfall, buying things just because they're gorgeous rather than having a purpose for them. Because that's something that I've never really done. Also at the same time as I bought the teal, I bought the ocean large as well. This wasn't quite half price, I think it was 40% off. And it's gorgeous, it's got the leather interior, leather exterior. Now interestingly, these aren't the inserts that came with it, because basically after I received these two, I became a little bit addicted to looking at the kikki-k website, and I really wanted the wellness planner, which if you have seen my last Filofax Friday, whereas I did a haul, you'll see that I purchased the wellness planner. But when the wellness planner arrived, it was such a light colour. It was really, really light grey, a beautiful sort of like soft baby grey, and it had a beautiful teal fabric interior. It was gorgeous, but I am such a mucky pup. I'm a user, you know, I use things, I bash things around, I spill tea on things, my mum used to use the word slommock. She used to say I'm a slommock, which is, and I just looked at it and I thought, I'm going to ruin this planner as soon as I've looked at it. So what I did is I took the planner inserts, the wellness planner inserts out, and put them into this, and they match beautifully because this has got a really, really bright gold rings, and it really matches nicely with the gold of the dividers. And then what I did is the inserts in this, I put them in the wellness planner, and I advertised it for sale on the Facebook planner group for, you know, someone who wanted a hybrid. You know, they wanted a beautiful light colour grey planner, but with the usual you know, standard inserts, and someone snapped it up and they love it, so it worked well all round. So I currently do use this. I particularly wanted the wellness inserts. I know you can buy the inserts separately, but I particularly wanted the dividers as well, because I do have, I'm a sickly child, I do have health issues, and so that's my washing machine spinning. Can you hear that? Probably. You ever wait for your tumble dryer, your washing machine to stop spinning? That was like the longest wait. The camera went off and I'm not quite sure even if it's lined up the same now. Also, the sun angle has changed yet again, so we're now getting a shadow on here through the window, but there's still a shadow around there, so I have to stay here. So anyway, this has got the wellness planner inserts. I do currently use it. I use the wellness inserts in the way they were intended. So that's basically my two kikki-ks. The next two I'm going to show you are basically both Dokie books, and up until December, I'd never heard of a Dokie book. Sorry, just drinking tea. I made it while I was waiting for the washing machine to stop spinning. This isn't new, I bought it second hand from the Facebook group. I bought it because it looked gorgeous. It's a teal colour with gold dots. I love anything teal. It's like a mint colour, to be honest. It matches perfectly with the walls in my conservatory. And it was it's unused, totally unused. So my plan for this is to probably use it as a journal, because it has the pages. So you put the date on it and a page per day. So I could use it sort of like when I need to journal. That's the kind of plan I've got for this one, even though none of these were bought with any plan. None of these recent ones were bought with any plan, because I'm just I'm in the gimme stage. I see something pretty and I'm buying it. I'm like a magpie at the moment. So the next Dokie book I bought, also second hand from the Facebook group, is this orange one. And if you've watched my 20 years of planner video, you'll know that a while back, 2005, 2006, I can't even remember when, I wanted a A5, I wanted an orange planner, and I asked my husband to get me one for Christmas, and he bought me an A4, which was massively too big, and then the following year he got me a pocket, which was massively too small. So when I saw this for sale, I was like, oh, an orange planner. So I bought it, and because I've always looked, you know, I wanted one at that time, and I will use it for the same purpose as I wanted one for then. It's just literally I haven't used it yet. I've only had it 2 weeks. So then the next one, and all the next ones are Filofaxes. So we've had two kikki-ks and two Dokie books, and they're both what are called the large size. And this one came around, and like I say, if you've watched my 20 years of planner video, you'll know that my husband bought me this, and I think it was in 2011. It may be 2012. Let me check what the... Yeah, it would have been 2012. I used these notebooks for work all the time, the divided notebooks, and I had about 4 of them on the go. I had one for work notes, and I had one for charity notes, and just various different notebooks. One because to do with home life, and my husband said, rather than having all these notebooks, because I had all these notebooks as well as my work Filofax and my home Filofax, he said, why don't you, he come home from work one day and he said, I've bought you this, and he said, use this instead of using all those notebooks, it looks better. And this is a Filofax Domino in black, obviously, and it is full of stuff, and I do use it, but I don't use it in the way that he intended, and I'm not going to go over what I use it for now, because what I'll do is a video where I go through the ones I currently use and what I use them for. So I do use it. It is used. It isn't used often, not often enough for my liking, but this was of the new planner era, this was the first one. So my husband bought me this, and then I bought a couple more, and then it's really in the last 2 months that just what I've purchased or been given has exploded. So my husband bought me that, and then not long afterwards I was looking around just in general because I needed to get some inserts for the one that he'd bought me and various things, and I saw this on sale. It's the A5 Malden, and I know some people say Malden and whatever, it's Malden. All Filofaxes are named after places in the UK, and Malden is a place in Essex. I used to live 2 miles from Malden. So this is the A5 Malden, and it was basically less than half price when I bought it. I think I paid £43.50 for it. Very specific price. I think what it was half price, then it had a further percentage off. And I saw it and I smelt it. Anyone who's smelt a Malden, anyone who's smelt a Malden will know what I mean by I've smelt it. They just smell so good. And I bought this, so my husband had got me this, and I bought this because I was going to use this as a journal. I was just going to fill it with blank paper and use it as a, well-loved Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of. This was before Midori's were huge and everyone was using, I just wanted this kind of, this is my life, oh, I'm so traumatised, that kind of thing. So that's what I bought that for. And all these, the ones that I'm showing you now, these next 3 that I'm showing you now, they all happened around the same era, so, same time. So my husband bought me this, I bought this, and then I bought the next one. And then that was it. And that was it until literally November 2015. So this is the next one. And this one was, my husband and I went to Staples. We have a large Staples near us, and I went to get a A5 hole punch and a new ruler because I wanted a second ruler. And they had all their planners crazily marked down, and this was marked down from £75 to £25. They had 2 of them. This is the Aqua, or the teal, I don't actually know what it is, the teal Finchley. Does it say inside? No, it just says Finchley, doesn't it? Yes, it's the, I don't know if it's called the teal or the Aqua. And it was marked down from 75 to 25. They had 2 of these, and they had 2 of the raspberries, and I think they even had a black. And that was all reduced to £25. But I didn't need a new planner at that time, because I was. I'll try and move you along a little bit. Try and get out of that sunbeam. I'm going to move along the table until we fall off. I didn't need a new planner at that time. I wasn't into buying them because different colours. I had the one for work, and I had the one that I was going to use as a journal. I also had, my personal ones that I'll show you in a while. So it was a good price. And then I came home and I said to my husband, that was a good price for that Filofax. It was very pretty, wasn't it? And he said, yeah, and this was before the curve. This was before, everyone was using Filofaxes or planners, and, this was just sort of like, it wasn't big then. You didn't buy a planner because of the reason why people do it now, glam planning and all that kind of thing. So we came home, and then 2 days later, through the post, I got a £5 voucher for Staples, and it said spend £20, get £5 off. And I said to my husband, can we go back? Let's go back. I'm going to buy that planner if they've still got it. And when I got there, they still had it, and there was, it's boxed, brand new, and one of them was the inserts had sort of been open, and someone had a flick through it. It looked a bit tatty, and this one was just untouched and brand new. So I bought it, on reflection for £20. I mean, this cost me £20. It was 25 plus the £5 off voucher. I should have bought the others because for £25, it's a good price. I could sell it, but that wasn't the thing then. You didn't buy and sell them and all that kind of stuff. So this one is, I do actually use it every day. It's my daily planner. Everything's in it, yeah. I'm going to sort of show this properly, more comprehensively. So basically, for 4 years. These were the only A5 planners that I owned, and I also owned these 2 as well. So this was it. This was my work one. This was the one that I kept in my handbag, and this was the one I use every day for home and to-dos and whatever. And then these two were just random purchases. So this was it. This was my entire collection until November. And in November, I joined a Facebook group, as I already said, and I discovered kikki-k. And I started looking around at more, just started looking around more. And, whoops, this is the next one that I bought, which is a Filofax Lockwood A5 zipped in, and it's leather, obviously. It's very similar leather to the Malden, but it has more structure. It also has a pocket at the front and a zip at the back. And the reason why I bought this was, one, because it was only £37.50 in the sale, but two, was because, and anyone who knows, £37.50 is an extremely good price for this planner. But mainly it's because in November my job changed, and that was through choice. I wanted to move away from the day-to-day management that I was doing because I wanted to do less work. That sounds really terrible. So I switched over to doing project work, basically. The project work is more sort of like driving the company forward and saying, in January we're doing this, in February we're doing this. So rather than the planner I was using, which was just this small one where I basically had this, week and notes, because what I used to do is it's probably one that's already filled in here. Have I taken them all out? Yeah, I've pretty much taken them all out. I used to, these would have things like, do scheduling, my regular stuff that I did every Wednesday, every Tuesday, every whatever, and then this would be my to-dos. And when I moved into doing more project work, I needed one where I could have tabs for January, February, March, April, May, blah. And literally write down the parts of the project and breaking down the projects. And so I wanted an A5. This was half price. It had the zip, which the way I chuck things around, and I kind of wanted to, and now looking at this, I don't know why I didn't just move straight into it for work, because it's bloody gorgeous. It lays flat, it's nice and easy to work in, but I bought it in November. May have been beginning of December. Christmas came, I didn't move into it. And then I just carried on looking in other Filofaxes, which meant by carrying on looking into other Filofaxes, when I saw this one going half price and then another 10% off, it was £80 down to 40 and then 10% off, so it was an £80 planner for £35 or £36. And I saw it, it's called the Electric Blue. I knew that it was kind of purpley because I'd seen other people talking about it. But I thought to myself, ooh, a blue planner. I might use that one for work. Plus I loved my Finchley. So I knew the quality of the Finchleys. And so I basically bought it. Then when it turned up, I was like, whoa, it really is purple. But I just love it. And this is basically when this is when the collecting started, I think, because when this one turned up, I instantly went and bought this one because it was the same price, so £40, 10% off. And this is gorgeous. This reminds me of a leather writing case that my nan bought me when I was 10 years old, which was many years ago. And you used to open it and it had like notepaper and a pocket for the envelopes. And it's like an oxblood red. It is gorgeous. I was going to use it as a home planner but then I don't really need a home planner. I've got a section in my daily planner where I have, I don't really, I don't write down iron pyjamas and all that kind of stuff. I have a section with all the stuff that I've got to do. But it is just so gorgeous. It's just so gorgeous, and for the money. And this was it. When this one turned up, this is when I said to myself, okay, something's got to give here. Even though one of the things I do love about it, seeing the three together, is like, oh, they're so beautiful, look at them. But let's be realistic. I have no plan for these. Currently, I have no plan for this. This one's used as a wellness planner. This one is to be used as a work planner. This is my daily planner. This is my fun time planner. Yeah, I'm talking about using this for a journal. Yeah, I kind of have plans for this one. And, sorry, moving the tripod around. And sometimes I have plans for this one. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? Really? I'm going to use 7 planners? Really? And then I've got 3 on the side, just to be on the safe side. So, there's a fine line now between going overboard and owning too many and being realistic. So, I know that I definitely will stay using this one. I'll definitely carry on using the wellness planner, and that's probably going to be my work one. And the work one doesn't have anything in it at all to do with my private life. It's just literally, it's like a notebook. It's like a posh notebook for work. I mean, in all reality, I could probably use this one for work and use that posh nice one for other things. But does this lie flat? This is the thing. If this lies flat, it's what I need for work, is one that really lies flat. It does lie really flat. I just want to be able to, do you know what I mean? But I do use this for, so complicated anyway. So that's pretty much it. That's my A5 or large planner collection. And coming up next is, and it depends how long this is, whether this is one video or not, because when they get too large, they take too long to upload. So coming up next is my personal planner collection.